Welcome back to Java with Jason. You had a breaking news earlier this week in appraisal, so I want to continue the appraisal theme, okay? Because I keep seeing lots of multiple offers on properties. People are moving here from New York, they're moving from California. They're getting kind of crazy. They're waiving appraisal contingencies. And so I get the question all the time, what happens if the house doesn't appraise? Okay, so first of all, if you're going to waive an appraisal contingency, if you're a buyer and you have multiple offers, you're like, I don't care the price, I just want the house, waive the appraisal contingency. Go ahead and be prepared that it's probably not going to appraise. So the magic question is, what happens when it doesn't appraise? I had a realtor call me last week, all worried about, hey, what's going to happen? We had an appraisal waiver contingency and the value's short. Well, first of all, it shouldn't be a surprise to your client if you waive the appraisal contingency. There's multiple offers. Make sure you're preparing them up front, okay? Make sure you let your lender know this up front too, because what we can do is up front when we have the consultation, before the contract's accepted, we can actually do estimates with the house appraising and with the house being short 10 grand or short 20 grand. Depends on how crazy you want to get with it. But a lot of times it doesn't really affect the loan all that much. I had a client putting 50% down. It was off because they waived the contingency. It didn't affect the loan whatsoever. Other times, if you're putting 15% down and it's off a little bit, it just changes the loan to value, so the mortgage insurance changes. But a lot of times the change really isn't that big of a deal. Now, if you're putting minimal down, 3% down or 5% down, that could blow up your deal. So be cognizant of what the offer is the client's making. Make sure you're cognizant of, hey, do they have some money to go get if it doesn't appraise as well too? Those are all things that we look at. But at the end of the day, it's a hot market. Pre-approval letters are super important to make sure you have a strong pre-approval letter, and then cash is king. So the more cash you put down, the less appraisal contingencies you have, the less appraisal issues you have. So if you have any questions on this, give me a call, 281-882-8888. Happy house hunting.